just close the SEC regular season with a win. Talk to us about this one and then kind of the conference slate as a whole.
I was really happy with how our team came out and played. And I thought from the very beginning there was a sense of urgency, there was a sense of desire, and we were executing at a really, really high level. But just the way we went about our business, of following the scouting report, we talked a little bit about being who we are, regardless of the circumstances, or when we get pushed, being a little bit more of that. So I actually showed a little bit of Mike's press conference from last night when he talked about being us, and that's really kind of what we've talked about the entire season. So I think there's a lot of stuff resonating between both programs right now. So overall, really, really happy. Georgia's a really good volleyball team, and I thought we were really, really hard to beat on the day.
Yeah, I think you hit like 525 for the game. I mean, just what did you just see from your girls that you guys were just so efficient out there on attack, especially?
Yeah, it wasn't even just the kill. Like, one of the things we talk about, and again, when I say being us, it's just we want to play offense in a way that we're either going to get a kill or cause chaos. And we're going to watch a lot of positive video on this of just, there were a lot of rallies where maybe they got 4 digs, but we got 4 free balls back and we were able to run our offense. And then we got the kill. And I think we constantly kept them off balance the entire match, whether it be we got a kill and we had balance, or whether it be we were making really smart shot selections to try to get the ball back on our side of the net. So I think it was a combination of a bunch of stuff. And then again, I'm just going to go down the chain. It was good passing, good defense. And Maddie set a really good volleyball match with a good game plan. And I think our offense, in terms of attackers, really, handled themselves in a really positive way.
What's maybe just pleased you or impressed you the most with the way that y'all finished the regular season with 10 straight wins?
10 straight wins? No. No. It's not just about winning. It's about the way we went about it. And I think the first thing I would say is preparation. I'm going to go back to the last week. I think we went on traveled to Florida, played in their practice gym. Then practice was probably the best road practice we've had in my entire 3 years here. And then I thought the game day practice we had the next day was probably the best game day practice. And I thought the way we came in and took care of business yesterday in terms of practice was right there. And then today in terms of execution. So I think it's just the way we're showing up ready to go when we need to. And I think it's the preparation of a scouting report. I think we're following that to a really high degree. And I think just we're peaking at the right time. I think our serving game is we're serving at a rate better than we have the entire season. I think we got aced once today, and it was the first time I think we got aced in 3 matches or something like that. But we're running an offense. We're holding teams to a low efficiency. I'm guessing we're going to end up first in that category above Kentucky. I'm guessing we're going to end up second probably in offensive efficiency, maybe first after hitting 500. So we're playing at a really, really high level at the right time of the year and peaking at the right time.
Y'all had 4 players with at least 8 kills. How does spreading the offense around and making sure everybody gets to eat, how does that set y'all up for the SEC tournament? How can y'all keep that momentum going?
Yeah, no, I think it's, again, when I talk about being us, one of our core tenets is strength and balance, of the fact that we're going to have a lot of options and it's really hard to defend. So I think from a scouting standpoint, you look at this match and you're like, all right, do I want to shut down the middles or do I want to shut down the pins? And it's really hard to do both. And it's similar to probably a football team that has a really good running game and a really good passing game. And you can't clog up the middle and all of a sudden leave the outsides exposed. It's similar in our game. So I think that's going to help us from the fact that when you're scouting us, it's really hard to figure out where I'm going to go concentrate my block and defense. And the second piece that I think that sets us up, and I've always said this, just going into the postseason, you want to have one person that, regardless of the situation, you can just throw up a high ball to. And we have, those everywhere. Or in big moments, you want to have somebody that you can go to. And I really do trust every player on our team in those big moments to go take a big swing. So I think that balance is going to help there as well.
Today, Maddie hit the 1,000 season assist milestone. You said at the beginning of the season you believe she was one of the most underrated setters in the nation. She was SEC Setter of the Week this week. What can you say just about her ability to run the offense and her leadership this season?
She should be an All-American. And again, I don't think she's as underrated as I said at the beginning of the season. But I think she's still probably number 1 in assist in the country. And I think she's winning the SEC awards, but I'm hoping at the end of the year she gets the national recognition that she's due, because our offense wouldn't be what it is without her distributing it.
What do you just think might be the biggest focus this week? You guys, looks like you're going to get a week off between matches now.
Yeah, a little bit of a reset and recharge. There's got to be a little bit of that going on right now. So tomorrow will be, hey, fill up your cup, fill up your soul in the way that you need to. It'll be a little bit. We actually started on this week. There was actually some stuff with Georgia that just fit into some little areas I think we can upgrade as we get into the postseason. So we'll start working on those a little bit more, and we'll have a better idea. And it's probably going to be Georgia, I think, when I'm looking at kind of how things are going to fall, who are likely to play in that first round matchup. But like the middle of the SEC is really kind of clogged up right now, so we'll kind of get a better idea of that, and then put together an idea of what we need to do to beat that team. And obviously, there's some matches that go on before that, and they're going to play into whoever that is. If it's Georgia, but if it holds to seed, then it'd be that person. So, and then I think the other piece is it's the first time we've had an SEC tournament. So I'm actually going to sit down with Joe, our director of analytics, right now, and have a conversation of like, how are we going to scout 16 teams leading into this, and how are we going to prioritize stuff. So there'll probably be a little bit of scouting too across the board to make sure we're ready for whoever we might play.
Seems like you'll be back here in a few weeks to host the NCAA tournament. Another really good crowd today. What can you say just about the way this fan base has appreciated what you've done for this program?
I paused when I came in when he was like opening remarks, because I wanted to start there, because as we were walking in, he told me the attendance for tonight, and I was before the match thinking to myself, like, this is going to be a true test of how, I don't know, interested people are in our program. And it's a 12 o'clock game, an early start after a football game against an unranked opponent. And again, Georgia's a good volleyball team, but I'm just blown away and thankful. And there's gratitude and pride also. I got to say that. Like, I came here for building this because I love the sport of volleyball, and I wanted, I don't know, a passionate fan base to get to be able to experience that and fall in love with it the way that I love it. So it's all of those. It's pride, gratitude, thankfulness, also energy. Like, I think the other thing that this brings is it makes these games more fun to play, and it makes them more fun to coach. And I'm having conversations around, like, again, we're probably going to be hosting the first 2 rounds, but there's, I don't know, things that we can't do. Like, we probably can't play monster block when we get a stuff block on the loudspeakers, but the fans can scream it as loud as they want. And how do we get the L leaders to orchestrate that in some way, shape, or form? So I'm 99% sure, and obviously the committee can do weird things, that we'll be back here to play the first 2 rounds. And we talked to our team about where we are and RPI and things along those lines. And if we play our cards right, we might be playing the next 4 matches here. So just encouraging people, please come out. And it seems like people have fallen in love with it. I don't need to say it, but it's a huge piece. And I got to give credit today. I meant to say this as I walked in here to the Hullabaloo band, because I wasn't going to challenge the first play that I challenged in the game, and they pointed to in, and I'm like, all right, I'll go with it. So point Hullabaloo band. But I don't think I can express enough gratitude for what I have for the 12th man, for the way that they've showed up in terms of numbers. But I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to say it till I'm blue in my face, the way that people show up with passion, the way that people that want to support, they want to help us win, and it's helping.
Coach, can I follow up on the question? You're not seeing it just here, you're seeing it across the state, the country. Attendance is going up. What do you attribute that to?
Our sport's amazing. Like, it's really that. Like, it's, I don't know, from the purity of it, it's power, grace, skill. It takes it all. It's not just one person that can go out there and, I don't know, score 32 points. It's happening somewhere around the country, but you need other things to happen. So it's teammateship. I think you get, I don't know, these epic moments within every single point. Like when the setter digs and someone puts up a high ball, it's like, is this going to be a kill? And you have to think about it for 3 seconds. And then the crowd goes crazy every single point because it matters. And then you get these high impact moments every 20 minutes. We play a set to 25, win by 2. And obviously this was a little bit lopsided, but just in general, it's like you get into that Texas match and all of a sudden we're on this epic comeback, and then you got to reset and do it again. And it's amazing. And I think people are starting to fall in love with it. TV's starting to fall in love with it. They're starting to put it on mainstream. So then general sports fans are starting to see it. And when I say I came here for that reason, it was I wanted the 12th man to fall in love with this sport the way that I think it should be. And it's happening. And again, when I say proud, I'm proud for that.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
SEC played on the sweep today, the 14th sweep of the season. Kind of talk to me about how this one feels, and then last regular season game and read for you guys.
Yeah, it feels good just finishing out the season so strong, just finishing out conference play really so strong. We know we have like a lot coming, so just everything that we worked for, literally starting since August and finishing out now as we get ready for both tournaments, just feels good.
Yeah, and just a special group too. I think a lot of us have been here and seen the progress, and a lot of people just joining in the steps of the way. So cool to see just how far we've come and ending the season on a high note.
Is that about as dominant of a performance as you guys have had this season on both sides?
I think so. I think they said it was like an hour and 11 minutes or something like that.
Over 500.
Yeah. Jamie's talking about some of our stats in there, just how efficient we were. Our pass game was insane. Just our hitting and blocking numbers. So, I think so.
Just from what you guys experienced on the court, just what was it that y'all were clicking so well and were able to play at that high of a level?
Yeah, I think on all fronts, like you said, everything was clicking, passing was going great, setting, Maddie's choices, where we were deciding to put the ball, just putting the ball away, even just pressure from the service line. I think everything was literally just clicking today. Yeah.
How can you guys translate this dominance today, closing out the regular season on such a high note? How can that translate into the SEC tournament?
Yeah, we talked before we're possibly playing Georgia the first round that we're in the SEC tournament. So we talked about like going out with a statement win today, kind of putting a little bit of fear in them for when the SEC tournament comes. And I think that we accomplished that. So hopefully going in can just kind of do the same thing, click on all fronts when we get to Savannah.
Kind of in the middle of that second set, I know y'all had senior day like last month or whatever, but they showed all the seniors on the video board and it kind of looked like y'all realized what was going on. Just what was that moment like where maybe, you're in the middle of a timeout, but you kind of take a second maybe to take it all in?
Yeah, really bittersweet. Obviously, like she said, we have a special group, big group. We want to accomplish a lot this season. So just knowing that this is our last time playing at home, at least in the regular season, it's just like, I think it means a lot. I think everybody on the team knows it meant a lot. So everybody put their best foot forward today.
The crowd was really behind you guys today. And, how would that feel playing a home game at Reed against Georgia again in the SEC tournament and potentially having the 12th man behind you again?
Yeah, for SEC tournament, we're in Savannah, Georgia.
My bad.
But no, it's okay.
Yeah.
But facing anyone in the NCAA tournament back here again, like that's going to be an insane environment just because higher stakes. I don't know. There's more to it. So, if we can get people here at 12 o'clock on a Sunday, I can't imagine what's to come.
Yeah.
And then I kind of want you guys to touch on hitting percentage because we get 525 as a group, program record in 3 sets in an SEC game. I think there was 4 of you over 500. I think you were 570. I believe you were 750. So kind of talk to me about what you were seeing, what you were seeing in the gaps today.
I don't know. See space, hit space. I think that we did the scout really well, and I don't know, the setters do a great job of planning what rotation, what's going to go good. Jeff calling what Maddie's going to do. I think they do a great job, and so just kind of exposing some of their weaknesses led to a pretty good performance.
Yeah.
So.
You guys are heading into the SEC tournament or postseason in general with 10 match winning streak. What kind of momentum? How do you take that momentum in and make the postseason a successful one?
Yeah, a lot of momentum. Like you said, we've just been grinding hard all season, really, from preseason, SEC play, and now we're looking at what's next. Just focusing on what's important, which is us. We want to play like us, play to the best of our identity, and just keep being us, really.
Just how motivated are you guys as a bunch, maybe not only just to have an opportunity to win a conference championship, but also you guys might still have an outside shot of being a top 4 overall seed as well if you can do what you hope to do?
Yeah, I think just building off the momentum that how we finished out conference, and like you said, we're a good team. When we're on, and I think just focusing on ourselves going into the SEC tournament and kind of one day at a time, not getting too ahead of ourselves. Let's focus on this tournament, and then we'll figure out NCAA stuff after that.